Welcome to From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. I'm Abby.
And I'm Judy.
How you doing, Judy?
I'm good. How about you, Abby?
Good. How's your week?
My week was fine. It's kind of boring, actually. We got new carpet in.
Got new carpet.
And the paint is done. So we're very excited.
Yeah.
So that was about my highlight. How about yours?
I think that's about it. I don't know what I did. I can't really think of anything.
You had to do something.
Just kind of chillax, relax, had a good time. That's about it. Didn't really do anything. It's kind of a boring week.
It was kind of a boring week.
But that's okay. Some weeks are boring and some weeks are exciting. And
yeah. But we got new carpet.
Yeah,
and
we
new
get
paint.
new carpet, new paint, and looks really, really good.
So now we're going to be able to put beds and stuff in our rooms. So when people sleep over, they have somewhere to sleep.
Have somewhere to sleep. It's going to be real exciting. I can't wait.
So excited.
Can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
Big fun.
Yeah. So now they're just big empty rooms, but hey, whatever.
Whatever.
It's kind of fun.
It is fun. It's very exciting.
Well, I wish we had something to say about our week.
We kind of had a boring week, but that's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. I just can't remember too much. Was it last week you got the carpet or was it this week?
It was this week.
Okay. I can't remember anything.
Like it was last week, but it's been like since
we did it before.
Filmed.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nothing really all exciting happened. I don't even have any pictures.
It's kind of sad.
No, it's okay.
We're a sad bunch around here.
It's just, that time of the year right before everything gets really busy, so we're chilling.
We've been thinking about it. We've been thinking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
getting our brains prepped for that, deciding what pie we want to make, those kinds of things.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
So yeah, that's what we're doing.
But anyways, so for this week, we thought it would be fun because we were talking in the car one day and we're like, it would be cool if we did an episode about songs that like transport us back to a moment in time. Like what's like a song that when you hear it, you're instantly like somewhere else in a specific moment. So we thought we would kind of come up with a couple of those and talk about those today.
That would be good.
Because everyone has those songs and those moments.
Yeah. Music just does that to you. And you can there's a lot of songs that you can just instantly think back to and it takes you back to a certain place. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to go first.
You want me to start?
I would like you to start, Abby.
Okay. mine are kind of all over the place.
Mine too.
So my first one is Popular from Wicked. And it reminds me of 7th grade choir.
I hate that song.
And I hate that song because of 7th grade choir. Our choir director was the most annoying person in the whole entire world. Before our concert or like before our performance or whatever, she got up there and said, now we had to have a conversation with the girls that this is not how you should act. And that this is just a song. And this is not how you should actually treat people. And we all collectively rolled our eyes.
Yeah.
Because, come on.
First of all, they're in junior high. Yeah. They are going to treat people that way.
We're going to treat people how we're going to treat people. Whatever she was going to say was not going to change how anyone treated anybody.
But why would you have a song that you have to have a disclaimer to?
I know. But, also, it's a silly song.
It's silly.
To put a disclaimer, validates it in a way that, it didn't need to be validated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so bizarre.
That is so funny.
But there's a couple of songs that remind me of 7th grade choir, but that one specifically, and that's very timely because Wicked comes out.
Wicked comes out this weekend, so yay.
But that's my first one.
And it's kind of funny because we can never listen to the soundtrack, it seems like, because Abby hates that
I just hate that song. We always skip that song. There's a couple songs that we skip, and that is one of them because it drives me insane.
I know, and it's the most popular song in there almost, other than Defying Gravity.
Yeah, it's one of the more well-known. But maybe the movie will make me love it again.
Oh, our cat is in.
Oh, she's just walking through.
We love our cat. She always likes to make an appearance.
She's a silly, goofy girl.
Yeah.
But maybe the movie will change my opinion on the song because I genuinely hated this song ever since 7th grade choir.
How many years ago was that?
12. 11, 12, something like that.
Maybe, well, Yeah, maybe hearing Ariana Grande sing it. We'll change it. We'll fix it for you.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I need.
It's so funny.
But yeah, that's my first one. 7th grade choir.
7th grade choir. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I also remember when we were practicing the song. I can't remember what the word is in there, but there's a word. I can't remember what the word is, but there's a word that like we didn't, as 7th graders, we didn't know what it meant. So we asked her, and she didn't know what it meant either. And we're like, why are you having us sing a song if you don't know what the words mean?
Could have been bad.
Could have been bad. But we Googled it, and it wasn't bad.
Oh, good. Do you remember what it meant now?
Yeah, it was secretly. It's like clandestinely. I can't think of the word. It's something like that, but I just can't think of what the actual word is. But it's like secretively or like quietly, you know.
Makes sense.
I can't think of what the word is. But anyways, that's my first one.
Your first one?
My first one. It's popular from Wicked.
All right. I gotta get the glasses on.
Gotta get the glasses and the paper.
My first one is Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks. A classic.
A classic.
And if you haven't ever heard the song, I think we've talked about it before. So if you're like always listening, I'm sure you will remember the song. But it's a song. It's a sad song. It's about a guy dying, and he's pretty much saying goodbye to like his best friend, his dad, and his child. And he talks about the seasons in the sun, like how great and wonderful they are, and how much he's going to miss those days.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you've never heard it, you just got to look it up. Terry Jacks, Season in the Sun.
It's a sweet song.
Dun, 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 dun. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. So, you know, maybe.
There's been seasons in the sun. I can't think of the words right now.
It is a classic. I loved it when I was little. Like little. I don't even know what year. Can you look up what year it came out? I should have.
I'll look it up.
Because it was on the radio all the time. So this will tell you how little I was, because it was when it was on the radio. I have this memory.
Who sings it?
Terry Jacks.
This came out 74.
1974. I was in kindergarten. 6. Yeah. So why it takes me back is that it takes me back to my childhood. Obviously, I was 6 years old. It would come on the radio, and I remember my mom, she would always sew all of our clothes when we were little, and she did an amazing job. And I just remember having all her material out, and her pinned all of her patterns on, and they were there ready for her to cut out. And that song would come on, and for some reason I had to dance to it. And I had to like jump over the patterns, and I had to dance, and I just thought it was the most beautiful song ever written. And I would just and it just takes me back to that when I was just really little. It's probably one of the first songs I remember even, because I was so little. And and it was always on the radio too. So it was like, as soon as it came on, I would be like dancing around, jumping around, and always had to jump over the fabric. It was just hilarious.
That's funny.
Sometimes I missed.
You know, it happens. Sometimes you miss.
And I got the fabric. I never got the pins though.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, I know.
That's cute though.
But it was really fun. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
So that song, even though it's kind of a sad song, it has a sweet
little memory. It's a sweet vibe. Song.
It's sad,
but it's a sweet song.
It is sweet, but it has just a sweet vibe to me, because I just remember that. My mom on the floor cutting everything out, and I'm dancing around her to this super sad song.
That's cute. That's really, really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were driving in Vegas last weekend, or a couple weekends ago, it like kept coming on the radio. Like it seemed like it was always on the radio. And we're like, I haven't heard this song in years, and now it's always on the radio.
Yeah, every time. Like we'd go to the 70s on 7, and
it would be Seasons in the Sun.
It would be Seasons in the Sun. So it was a beautiful song.
That is a cute song.
Yeah.
So everyone should go listen to it.
Go listen to it, because if you've never heard it, it's a really old song, and not everyone's heard it. But if you've heard it, you will never forget it. So what's your next one?
So my next one is Mid-July by We3.
I don't think I know this song.
You might not know this song, but there was one year, I think it was 2022, maybe 2021. I think maybe it was 2021. I can't remember. One of those years. In the summer, I hiked Ensign Peak every week.
You did?
Yeah. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, yes.
I would hike Ensign Peak once a week. And this song just reminds me of that. Like, driving to Ensign Peak, listening to this song for my hike, and then I listen to it on my hike, and then I drive home. It reminds me of my little hike.
Oh, that's fun.
I think it's cute. It's kind of funny.
What does it sound like?
I really don't think you would know it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I don't know if I know it.
It's a good song.
I don't think I've ever heard of the band even.
They have some good songs. They're like newer stuff I don't really like as much. It's kind of weird, but this album was really good. This song? Anyways, I really don't think you know it. But it's a good song. But I think it reminds me of like it being warm outside, driving to my hike, taking my little hike.
You almost did that every day for a while there, didn't you?
I did once a week from March to October.
Oh, wow.
I think.
That's cool.
So I was always hiking Ensign Peak, but that song reminds me of it.
So what was the song called again?
Mid-July.
Mid-July.
Yeah. By We3.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, so it reminds me of hiking.
Her hiking days.
My little hike. All right, what's your next one?
I went in order, actually, from ages.
Oh, that was smart.
I know.
I didn't put
So mine are kind of all over the place, but this one is That's Rock and Roll by
the one and only
Sean Cassidy.
Heck yeah.
So this song reminds me, he was on the Hardy Boys, 1977. A good year. My year.
Her best year.
My best year. And Sean Cassidy was part of that best year.
Yeah, he was.
Like
he was a big part of that year.
It was a huge part. He was actually a huge part of that year.
Mm-hmm.
So he was on the Hardy Boys, and it was on every Sunday, I think around 6:00 at night. And it just reminds me of sitting in front of the TV, watching Sean Cassidy, just so happy because he was so good looking. Oh my goodness, I loved him so much. And like sometimes even going up to the TV and kissing it that much.
Because you were so in love.
So in love. So that song just reminds me of sitting in front of a TV watching the Hardy Boys. And if he sang that song, it was a special week. It was a special week.
There you go.
And there's actually an episode. My husband, Timo, and I watched it the other day, or a few months ago, I guess it was, where they actually played that song and the Do Run Run and
all the classics.
All the classics were in one episode.
Wow. It was a good episode.
It was a very good episode. I liked it a lot.
There you go.
So yeah, that's it. Sean Cassidy.
You know, I was scrolling through Facebook, like, I don't know, a week or so ago, and a video of him singing that song was like on my feed, and I was looking at all the comments, and it was just all these ladies being like, "Oh my gosh, it's Sean Cassidy!" Like just fangirling. It was so funny, so funny. That's a classic.
He was my first concert too. I was little. My friend and her mom took us. Me and my sister and my friend. Oh, it was the best concert ever.
That's so funny.
It was so good. Sean Cassidy was so good looking. He was so cute back then.
How did he die?
He's still alive.
Wait.
Sean Cassidy, not David.
I know, but I thought he died a long time ago.
Oh, no. He's still alive.
My apologies.
He does he writes that New Amsterdam show. Is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
Some Amsterdam show. He produces a lot of TV shows and he writes for different TV shows now.
There you go. I thought he was long since passed.
No, he actually does some concerts still. He did like
what?
What's that place in New York that has that little? It's just a small venue, but a lot of famous people go to it. It's like 49 down.
49 Below.
49 Below. Yeah, he does that every month. He did that.
Well, we need to go.
I know. I've been watching. He hasn't done too many concerts lately, but
I would go see him. That would be fun.
He would be so much fun.
Be fun. He's got classics.
Oh,
classics.
Yes. Him and his like silky pants.
And his hair.
And his hair was beautiful.
He did have beautiful hair.
He had beautiful hair, and he just kind of had this little...
Mm-hmm. He did. That's exactly it. That's exactly
and so did I.
You guys were just so meant to be.
Oh, heck. So I saw him on Oprah a few years ago. It was a long time ago because I think I was about 45. And he was on Oprah, and he's like, every time I see a 45-year-old, all I see is a little 9-year-old girl. And I'm like, that was me.
You're like, he's literally speaking about me.
He's talking about me.
That's so cute.
It was so funny because I was 9.
That is so cute.
That year.
77. It was your year.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. But anyways. So, yeah, that was my second one.
That's a good one.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay. My third one is True Friend by Hannah Montana.
Oh, Hannah Montana.
This song reminds me of sitting, like, we had our family computer in the living room upstairs in the Tupac, like in the back corner by the window, sitting there, listening to the lyric video of this and just singing along. Like, just sitting at the computer, watching the lyric video, just singing along to this song.
Is this what was going to make you famous?
I guess. But just just absolutely eating up every moment of this song. Just sitting there.
How funny.
Just singing along to it.
Did you just sit there and do it, or were you into it?
I was probably pretty into it. Knowing me, I was probably pretty into it. Performing in front of this computer. But early days of YouTube.
That is so funny.
With the lyric video.
I don't know if I even know that song. What's it called again?
True Friend. You're a true friend. You're here till the end. You know you're signing something ain't right. Talking around and into the night till it's all right again.
I would sing along, but I don't know that one. Huh? Did she sing it on the show?
Yeah, it's like season 1. Like it's like one of her first
really
songs.
Early ones.
First songs.
Wow.
It's a classic though.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Gotta love a little Hannah Montana.
Gotta love Hannah Montana.
Especially Abby. She was going to be Hannah. She was.
I was Hannah Montana.
You'll have
like
to
a
put
couple
pictures.
weeks ago.
Can you put pictures?
I can put in pictures. I was for Halloween.
She was Hannah Montana, and she looked just like her. She got the costume down perfectly.
Like I kind of killed it. I'm not gonna lie.
You did kill it.
I kind of killed it.
So I was pretty impressed with that.
But yeah, so that's my number 3.
Cool.
What's your number 3?
My number 3. I gotta get the old glasses out again.
Gotta be able to see.
Okay, my number 3 is Jack and Diane by John Cougar.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So John Cougar, it was John Cougar when Jack and Diane came out. Mm-hmm. I remember it takes me back to my sewing class in 9th grade. Mm. And it seemed like every time I was in that sewing class, that Jack song would come on. And I loved it. I thought it was like a really good, fun song. And I just remember sitting in my sewing class. And it also kind of reminds because I went to a really bad school. And there were some girls in my sewing class who were taking their needles and pins and making little tattoos in their arms.
Little stick and pokes?
Yeah, so they would cut it and then they'd get the ink out of their pen and put it in. And I was thinking, oh, that's so ugly. That's so ugly. I can't believe they do that. So that's what Jack and Diane reminds me of. Sewing class and these girls.
Making their homemade tattoos.
Tattoos.
That's so funny.
And it just makes me laugh. Because it's the only thing I think about when I think of that song.
That's funny. That's a good song. I like that song. It is.
Jack and Diane.
Yeah.
9th grade, 7th. My 9th grade sewing class, it was my last class of the day, 7th period. Mm. So I would do that, listen to that, and I'd go home and probably watched it on MTV.
Probably.
So, yeah, that's my number 3 song. How about yours, Abby?
Okay. My next one is Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah?
This song came out my first year of college.
Is it about Justin Bieber? Okay.
It is. It's actually such a good song. It's a really good song. But it came out my first semester of college, and it was really the only semester I had fully in person because then COVID happened. But
that's right.
I remember driving around campus with my friend who I had class with, and it's snowing, just listening to this song. It's really funny, being in the stadium parking lot while it's snowing, listening to this song with my one friend from college. It was really funny.
That's
Good
hilarious.
times. Yeah. But so that's what that song reminds me of.
Oh, really?
It's a good song. It's a really good song.
College day songs.
College days. But yeah. So it's funny. It's like whenever I hear it, I'm like, it's snowing and it's cold. And I'm at the U driving around.
And you'll always remember
I'll always
that.
remember that.
You will always go back to college when that song comes on.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
That's awesome. And it was about Justin Bieber, right?
Yeah. It's a good song.
So what's it called again?
Lose You to Love Me.
So she had to lose him
To love herself.
to love herself.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Sounds beautiful.
Earth shattering.
And then he married someone else and everybody's still
Yeah.
mad about it. And let me tell you, they have a baby. Get over it.
They do. I don't get that. I really, really do not get the like people's love or like obsession with this one relationship when he's literally been married for a long time and now has a kid with someone else.
Yeah.
And like I can get like if you like them together or whatever, but like to like make a point to like post about it on social media or like do weird things, I think that is so bizarre. So bizarre. Like just get over it. I'm sorry.
Just get over it. Come on, just get over it, people.
Just get over it.
She's with somebody else. He's
Yes.
married.
Yes.
You know, I don't think it was going to work. They were young. They were
Yes.
children at
They
the
were
time. They
literally
grew up now.
Yes.
They're different people.
It's facts.
So, yeah, get over it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun, though.
Yeah. So
You have a college memory.
That's mine. Yeah.
I have one. I'll have to tell it later.
Okay.
Okay. So my number 4. I don't even know if I have to look. Fire and Rain by James Taylor. And
song,
it's
great
a good
song.
song. So it takes me back to my work when I worked at a beauty supply. I shouldn't say names. I don't even know if it's still around. But I worked at a beauty supply and I was there alone working. And it was the contest song. So the radio would give you free tickets if you were like a certain caller when a certain song came on. And so they said Fire and Rain, James Taylor. So I waited and waited and it came on. All the customers were at the end of the store. So I'm like dialing because I used to do it. I used to try so hard. And I remember hearing like kind of a click and they're like, you're the 9th caller or whatever I was. And I won. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
So that song always brings me back to that moment of winning
And what
tickets.
What was that concert?
That was the concert that Timo said, hey, I'll go with you. And I said, if you want to.
I don't know.
And that was the beginning
Of the love.
of the love.
So cute.
So that one's always kind of right there.
Yeah. That's cute. That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good memory.
It was a good memory.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. And James Taylor, he's great.
Yeah, little
good.
JT.
So good.
So every time I hear that song, it comes on, it takes me right back to me standing there behind the counter, get my phone and dialing. And I did. I
You
won.
did. You won.
After many months of trying with other
Many failed attempts.
Yeah, I remember Neil Diamond. I wanted to go to him so bad, and I can't remember all of them, but every time there was a contest, and there was one almost every time there was almost a concert.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And that was the one I won.
There you go.
And it's all history from there.
All history.
All really
from
good
there.
history. So,
There you go.
yep.
Alrighty.
What's your number 5?
My last one is Picture to Burn by Taylor Swift.
Picture Burn.
Picture to Burn by Taylor Swift.
And which record did this come from?
This was her first album. So
Her very first
yeah,
album.
so
Okay.
Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift, also known as debut. But this song was on the like Wii game we had that was like Guitar Hero but had like Taylor Swift songs. Band Hero. That's what it's
Band
called.
Hero,
Band
okay.
Hero. It was on Band Hero. So it always reminds me of like being upstairs in our house playing the Wii, singing my little heart out to Taylor Swift, having a great time.
Thinking you were Taylor Swift,
Thinking
huh?
of Taylor Swift. I was born to be.
You were born
pop
to be
star.
a pop star.
I really was. I
But-
missed my calling.
You did, but it's all right. You're still wonderful.
That is true. I am wonderful.
You are. And you never know. Maybe you'll be a Susan Boyle and become a pop star when you're in your 50s.
That's so true.
But she's not like Susan Boyle.
That's where the similarity ends.
That's where it ends, right there.
No, Susan Boyle's extremely talented.
She's very talented.
Extremely talented. But yeah, so that's my last one.
That's fun. So my last one is Kiss You by One Direction. We didn't even explain our shirts. We'll explain it after.
Okay.
So Kiss You was one of the first songs I heard of One Direction. Mm-hmm. And I loved it. I remember thinking, this is so fun. And so I would play it on my way to take my son to his baseball games. So it reminds me of Adam's baseball games.
Cute.
He was just a little kid. I would unroll the windows because it was like spring, so it was warm. And I would play it full blast. And I'd be like, just really jamming to One Direction, Kiss You.
So fun.
And that's what it reminds me of.
There you
baseball.
go. That's a lot of fun.
So that was fun.
We love One Direction.
We do love One Direction.
But anyways, we got these shirts. We got matching shirts.
Like our matching shirts.
In lieu of our
But we went to see the movie the One Direction in the theater, and after we were like,
we need shirts.
We need shirts. So we ordered shirts, and they came this week. So
and they're so cute.
And aren't they cute?
We just love them. We just love One Direction.
I thought they turned out really cute.
They really did. I feel like since everything has happened, it's reignited my love for One Direction.
Me
and
too.
I can't stop listening to them. I just love them so much.
Me too.
Yeah.
So do you have any other songs?
I'm trying to think. Those are the ones that I came up with off the top of my head.
So I have my Sgt. Pepper story.
Yes.
And that does take me back.
Okay.
So it's not. So when it was 1978, in love not only with Sean Cassidy, but the Bee Gees.
Yes.
And the Bay City Rollers.
Yes. Specifically Barry Gibb.
Specifically Barry Gibb.
Yes.
Because he was mighty fine back then. He's old now, but mighty fine back then. And like back in my day, you didn't get to see these performers very much. Like it was rare to see them on TV ever. There was no MTV even. That's how old I am. No MTV. And that's before they switched off music too. I mean, before MTV, before anything. So pretty much you'd only see performers. There was a TV show called The Midnight Special. Mm-hmm. And I could only watch The Midnight Special when I had a friend sleep over. So it was like a big deal to get to stay it. But, partway through it, you'd sleep. So when the Bee Gees, I don't know, they were wonderful. But you just didn't see them. And I remember they were going to be on Good Morning America. I remember I'd get up very early to see them promote this movie. Every once in a while, they would always be on the magazines. Like we always had to buy Tiger Beat. We always had to do all that because that was the only way you got to see these guys. So I waited for Sgt. Pepper's to come out. And it has this big, long introduction about the old Sgt. Pepper's before the guy dies. Mm-hmm. Then he dies, and then they tell the story of the new Sgt. Pepper's. And I just kept thinking, where is Barry Gibb? Where's Barry? I was like so
anxiously
waiting to see Barry Gibb. And I remember sitting there, and then all of a sudden, they're like, okay, this is the new band. And what's his name? Something Nichols. I can never remember his name.
I don't know. The one guy.
Yeah, he comes out, and he starts singing about Sgt. Pepper's. And he comes and runs on the stage, puts up the little heart thing, the trumpet, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you can still see it. Feet come walking out. And I knew for a fact that was Barry Gibb. And let me tell you, my heart, I wonder what my blood pressure was. I was like
through the roof.
Went straight up, and I remember going a little in and out, and that was about the only time I have ever passed out. Almost passed out. I didn't pass out. I kept myself there because it was Barry Gibb.
Because you had to see when we got to the face. You had to be awake for the face reveal as well.
I know, and I was right. It was Barry Gibb.
She knew those cowboy boots anywhere.
So when I hear the song Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, it will always take me back. Yeah. Like I watched the movie and it takes me back. That scene, I watch that scene and I still, my heart still starts pounding really hard. And I love it. So there's that song.
That's such a good one. That is such a good one.
That reminds me of at that time.
Yeah.
I have like Depeche Mode songs that remind me of college, being in the sorority.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a big Depeche Mode fan until I joined the sorority. And okay. Yes. So I was in the sorority and I bought myself a Depeche Mode song, a tape. It was a little cassette tape.
Yeah.
And we had a Halloween party. It was the day my grandma died. So I was kind of in a really sad place. But I decided I would go to this party, this Halloween party. We were doing it with the fraternity. And I brought it. And so we all wanted to listen to it. So we turned it on. And there was a guy in this fraternity who hated it. And he kept turning them off. And it was People Are People, actually. It was during that song. And we were getting so mad. And I kept thinking, my grandma died. Let me listen to what I want.
Give me this.
But that's what it reminds me of. It'll take me back to that very moment and party.
That's really funny.
Yeah. And a lot of Wham songs, too.
Yeah.
That's when I learned to love Wham. So there's things like that. How about you? Any more you can think of?
I'm trying to think. There's the classic Low by Flo Rida that reminds me of high school dances.
Yeah. How low can you go? Is that what it
No. Shorty got low, low, low. Shorty got them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. Yeah. She hit the flow. Next thing you know, Shorty got low, 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 low. Such a great song. That song reminds me of dances. There's like Jason Derulo, his music reminds me of like driving in my car. Like I feel like whenever like me and my friends would be like driving in my car, we were always blasting Jason Derulo.
Of course.
Which is so much fun. We love Jason Derulo. I'm trying to think. Because I'm sure there's more. Oh, there's that one Bee Gees song that they sing with Celine Dion.
Oh yeah. What is that called?
I can't think of what it's called.
It's kind of like Eternity, but it's not Eternity. It's called. Look it up.
I'll look it up. But
it's gonna drive me nuts.
It was on that concert video you have of them.
Yeah.
So that always reminds me of like cleaning around the house. Like we'd always turn that on.
We would always turn that on.
Let's see. Bee Gees. Celine Dion. Immortality.
That's it. Kind of like Eternity, but Immortality.
So like
that's a beautiful song.
That always reminds me of like, especially like our old, like before we remodeled the house, like upstairs. Like it just reminds me of like the hutch and that green carpet stuff.
The green carpet we had upstairs?
Yeah. So it just reminds me of that, which is kind of funny.
That is funny. I think of John Denver's Eagle and the Hawk driving to the cabin.
Okay.
Because it always reminds me of going on a ride, going up to the cabin, thinking I was going to see an eagle or a hawk.
And sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do. And so it just kind of takes me back to that.
Yeah.
Driving up to the cabin.
That's such a good song. We love John Denver.
We do love John Denver. I'm trying to think of any new songs. There's that one song. I can't remember what it's called. By that Mraz guy. What's his name?
Jason Mraz.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
The one that was kind of like Michael Jackson? Or
no. Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. That, what song is it called? Name a couple of his songs.
Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. That reminds me of us driving up to Bear Lake with the ward with Olivia in our car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that kept coming on. Like it came on like 20 times.
Oh, I believe it. It was the only.
And I'm trying to be like, oh, here we are again. Here we go again. Oh, no.
That's funny. That's
trying to make it fun.
Yeah.
But
it's a classic.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I'm trying to think some other ones. Because I know there's more.
There's just so many. I mean, songs for me, I either relate to them or I remember a good memory, and it just kind of sticks sometimes.
Yeah. There's this one Sam Smith song called "The Thrill of It All."
Uh-huh.
That song reminds me of driving to a record store in Riverdale with Adam in my car.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
And it was snowy and it was dark and I was like 16 or something. And you were upset. I was driving on Riverdale Road. But so I was like ready to be like on guard at all times because it was Riverdale Road.
The most dangerous road in
and
Utah.
it was snowing and Adam was with me and that song reminds me of that.
Oh, really? That's funny.
It's kind of funny. It's another good song.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
But yeah, I think that's all we can come up with right now.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm sure we could come up with a lot more if we tried, but
Yeah.
it would kind of hurt our brain. You don't want to do that
You
to
don't
us.
wanna
We
do
already
that
had
to
kind of a week,
us.
a slow week.
Our brains aren't firing on all cylinders
It's
today.
not, but it's all right because it's a lot of fun anyways,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun to think about. I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody out there has those songs.
Yeah. So let us know what yours are. Like, what song reminds you of a specific moment?
I had one. I forgot to tell.
Then tell. Do tell.
Steve Perry, Oh Sherry. Every time I hear Steve Perry, Oh Sherry, reminds me of Driver's Ed.
Oh,
And I came home on a Saturday. I had to walk clear to the high school, which was actually like a mile away. It
is
wasn't.
pretty
It
far.
wasn't like an easy walk.
Yeah.
I did driver's ed. I came home. I walk in the door, and my sister goes, "Look at this song! It's so wonderful!" And it was Oh Sherry because her name's Sherry. She thought it was cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Yeah, I like
It
this
is a
song."
good song.
But it
Steve
just
Perry.
reminds me of driver's
Driver's
ed.
Ed. That's
Driver's
so
ed.
funny.
Yeah. So
Steve
there was
Perry's
another
classic.
one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I hope that helps you guys think of some fun memories for you guys.
Yeah, it's been kind of fun, like, because we've had this idea for, I don't know, a week or so now. So, like, to be, like, thinking of them throughout the week has been kind of fun.
It has been. I don't know. It's just kind of neat how music can give you memories.
Yeah, and, like, just transport you back
Yeah.
to a specific
Like
time.
like it saves memories in your
Mhm.
brain.
Yeah. Like it
And
really
it's
does.
really cool.
Yeah.
So
But
I
yeah.
hope there's a lot that is good for you
Yeah.
guys too, because it's just fun.
It's just fun.
So yeah.
We have a good time. But yeah, so comment down below what your memory is. And then follow us on your preferred streaming platform, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. It's just From Vinyl to Streaming on all of those places. And yeah.
Yeah, we can plug your other one.
Oh, and then also follow 801 Diaries because that's my other podcast with Emily.
Yeah.
So do that.
Yeah. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Turkey week next
Turkey
week.
week.
So
Woo!
gobble gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
And and there is a good Thanksgiving song if you want to hear one.
There is
It's
a good
Ben
Thanksgiving
Rector's
The
Thanksgiving song, and it's really good, and I highly recommend
Mhm.
listening to it. So yeah, comment below, give us a thumbs up, a like if you like us, and follow us on YouTube. I think we're funny on YouTube because you can see us.
You can see us.
But if you just
in our
want to
little
hear
sillies.
us, then just listen to us on Spotify, Apple,
Exactly.
what else?
iHeart, Amazon,
iHeart, Amazon.
all the places.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. So listen to us and have a lot of fun.
Exactly.
And let us know. Let us
Yeah.
know those songs that bring memories to you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if we get a lot, we'll talk about them next
Yeah.
time.
And comment if you have like a Thanksgiving memory that has to do with music. Let us know and we can talk about it.
Oh,
next
that's
week.
a good one. Yeah.
And then yeah.
All right.
Okay. All righty.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.